Hello, I'm MBX Toycat and welcome back to another video. Today I'll be giving you 5 very specific biome tips in Minecraft, because regardless of how much you know about biomes and how they spawn and all that sort of stuff, what you probably know already is that when you spawn in a forest, you get a very different Minecraft experience to when you spawn in a mega taiga, and when you're trying to build in a swamp, it's very different to when you're trying to build in an ice spikes biome. And I figured as a result of this, it'd be cool if I because I love giving tips on my channel, it'd be cool if I gave you some specific tips for different biomes in Minecraft, and that's what I'm doing in today's video. So hopefully you do all enjoy it. If you do, please do like it and let me know, because it helps out the channel a lot and lets me know you do like the video and want to see more like it. Anyway, yeah, let's get straight into it, shall we? And let's start by talking about the first biome tip, and that is actually to do with the swamp biome. So swamps, at the very least, as of 1.8 TU31, basically any swamp on any platform that's current, you'll notice that they're usually quite shallow, but they're usually wide enough that it's not worth quite making a boat. But if you try to go through it like this, it's going to take you like, 10 seconds to travel 10 blocks. It's super slow basically, and it's really annoying because you might be just trying to get somewhere fast, you might be trying to escape someone or something like a mob, and it's just annoying that there's no proper way through the swamps without going through water painfully. So there actually is, though, that can be used mostly in swamps and sometimes in regular oceans, where basically because the the blocks are so low below surface, you can actually just make yourself a parkour little course as you go along, and it means you can do this much faster than just going through the ocean, going through the water, because of how much faster it is. So yeah, now we've made that, even though it was faster on the way there, it now means even going back is much faster. And yeah, making yourself a small pathway through the swamp is incredibly easy. Also, something that's worth bearing in mind, even if it is super thick for some reason, you can actually take lily pads with you and use these to just do some parkour on surface of the water really fast. So yeah, so here's actually some already, but you can see, like, if you want to go across there, we could do this by just going and then placing a lily pad, placing a lily pad, and so on and so forth, and you can just get across the entire swamp this way. And if you're fast enough, you can just do it in an entirely continuous sprint. So yeah, swamps can be traversed much faster by placing some blocks, placing lily pads, and just in general, they're a pretty cool biome if you need. They're a pretty cool biome to cross because no one's usually trying to settle down on them. You're always trying to get past them, and here's a way to do that faster. So the second biome specific tip is to do with the mega taiga. So this is more so true on console, but in general it works with PC and other platforms too. For where you really want a snow biome, it turns out you don't have one in your world. You might think, oh, let's delete this, try and find one easier. But the truth is, there are actually snow biomes which aren't directly a snow biome. So if you really want snow to build a snow house or an igloo or something, you might think, oh yeah, we need to find a biome like the snow biome, where when it rains there's gonna be snow on the ground, or where default there is just snow everywhere, because then we can just hoover it up and then more will come down. It's simple as that, right? Well, the truth is, you actually can find snow in a lot of biomes that you might not figure it. So the most obvious one is extreme hills biomes. That's kind of useful because it will spawn up on the high platform anyway. But one you might not figure because it's just so high up is the mega taiga. So even though the mega taiga is relatively warm, it's cold enough that if you go up high enough, you have to go to like Y180 or something like that, you will eventually find some snow. So obviously you got to make a platform, a ladder, and then if you then place a platform up here, so again all the way up at Y170, Y180, it actually will start snowing. And this means that if you have a mega taiga, even a regular taiga, or an extreme hills in your world, all you have to do is go up to a certain height and you will find yourself some snow, which is, again, it's not something you would figure because it's so high up here, you can't even see it from down here. It's just one of those little secret things where if you go up to Y170, you'll find yourself some snow. So yeah, a little secret for the second thing here is that you can actually find snow high up enough in the mega taiga that's quite useful. So yeah, that is the second little tip. Let's turn it back to non-rain, because no one likes a little bit of rain, and let's move on to the third biome tip thing, which is to do with the mushroom biome. So the mushroom biome is pretty much the rarest biome on PC, console, and on the Pocket Edition. It's very rare to find one of these things for a lot of different reasons, and it means when you do find them, you might not be familiar with all the different things that are going on here. So yeah, let's start by just talking about the fact that mushrooms are the best mob in the game for a bunch of different reasons. I've gone over why I love mushrooms so many times. So basically, yeah, they're an infinite source of food, which you will actually need, because growing food, or even finding food on this island, is next to impossible. Because if you don't know, a mushroom biome, like the biome, not the mycelium, the biome itself, will stop mobs from spawning, hostile, non-hostile, all that sort of stuff, even below the island, which means that finding even a zombie below the caves, next to impossible. So that's something to bear in mind. You're gonna have real difficulties finding any mob here, so you can't just kill pigs to get food. And if you want to grow your own food, like you want to, I don't know, grow a tree as well, then it's gonna be really tricky too, because you can't plant any food onto this thing. You can't hoe the ground because it has mycelium on it. What you instead have to do, you have to get rid of the block and then turn it back into dirt and then do it that way. And even then, the mycelium is going to be rushing really fast to put some stuff in there, so you have to plant your crops fast, really quickly, and even then, they're not going to grow very fast at all. So yeah, in general, you have to use bone meal and stuff. So in general, it's really tricky to grow anything, as well as to find anything here, including trees, where you have to do the same little technique. And if you want to live in a mushroom biome, make sure you put all that stuff somewhere in the ocean or somewhere in a plains biome, because it'll just make your life so much easier. So yeah, the mushroom biome is great, it looks awesome, but you can't grow food here, which again, a lot of people do not know. does. So in case you did already know that one thing, okay, let's quickly splash post on ourselves to get here faster. Let's move on to the next biome, which, by the way, we are on the tutorial world, because it's the only like classic size world where you can get pretty much every single biome in the game, which is kind of handy in case you want to use that yourself. But yeah, if we move on to the fourth biome tip here, it's to do with the Mesa biome. So the Mesa biome is strikingly beautiful to look at, right? Like, I just looked at this thing, and a lot of people really like it because you get to build around with stained clay and all this other cool stuff. But one of the interesting things about the stained clay in the structure, which you might not realize, is you can kind of use it as like a map system. So if you want to build down to a certain layer, all you have to know is what it looks like there. So we know this is orange, we know this is that layer, we know that's yellow, and for the most part these go all the way through. So we remove these blocks, you'll see it is yellow behind them, and so on and so forth. So how can this be used to your advantage? So say you start a house at the top of the mountain like this at Y100, and you want to have a mine which first of all goes all the way down, but also goes down to surface layer. Well, what you can do is you can look at what the stained clay looks like on the surface. So here it's red, but there's also a red in between. So we go down to the second layer of red, and once we get to there, we'll realize that we're at the surface. So let's start our mine just here, for instance. Again, pretend there's a ladder down here. This is terror. Never dig down in practice, by the way. But yeah, we find the first red, which, okay, just over there. Then we wait till we find the second red. And then from there, we know we'll dig directly to the surface. And you can use this to your advantage just to make your life that a little bit easier. So yeah, now we dig this way for quite a bit. It's going to take some time because you're mining through this. Oh, also, obviously, if you want to find specific colors, you can do it that way too. So if you want to build with some red, you know, oh yeah, I recognize some red there. You go on this red layer. If you want to find some orange, you can do that too. And it's just one of those handy little things. So we should be close to the surface now. I believe so. Okay, yeah, we did. And as you can see, boom, that's the red just there. And if you want to make, you know, certain, tunnels through the Mesa, you can use these kind of as like a map built in, because, you know, this being Y70 doesn't mean too much and it's hard to remember, but this being red is very easy to remember and can be used to your advantage. So yeah, get yourself a bunch of specific colors of hardened clay and also just some cool stuff like that by doing that stuff. So next up, let's move on to the final little biome-specific tip, which is actually kind of like another little secret thing for biomes that a lot of people don't know, because when it comes to the desert and indeed the super hot biome, so this includes the savanna, it includes the Mesa, and it includes the desert, you kind of get this secret colors of grass, and you get secret colors of like different types of oak leaves, because there are certain blocks, very few of these, that actually change color based on the biomes. Sugarcane is another example, so you can see some over there, which isn't actually changing because it's a little console glitch. But yeah, basically lots of blocks change from biome to biome, and this means that, you know, for instance, leaves, even though it looked like that in my hand, it looks like that on the surface. And yeah, it's super interesting. So we just get rid of this stuff and put these leaves down instead. You can see, if you, even with dark oak leaves, oh, it's the same. They look super, super dark. And look at the jungle leaves. Oh, they're super darkened too. And the one kind of exception to this is birch leaves. So yeah, very bizarre, little thing like that. There are kind of secret blocks that can only be accessed in the desert because they're regular blocks just placed down here. And if you want to have like a super weird thing, then make it a desert biome that looks like it's a regular plains biome, and you can do some cool stuff that way. Anyway, yeah, that's everything for today's video. Hope you did all enjoy it. If you did like it, please do like it and let me know, because it helps out the channel a lot and lets me know you do like it. I want to see more stuff like this. Again, I might do another 5 biome tips if all of you are down with that. And also, let me know in general what you think of the biome videos and stuff like that. I don't know. Let me know in general with the comments down below, and I'll see you all in the next video, I guess. So like if you liked it, share if you liked it, subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.